2024 was kind of a slow year for movies, and a lot of that has to do with the actors and the writers' strike that resulted in movies being pushed into 2025. So knowing that, it's pretty clear that 2025 is going to be huge for movies. So instead of making a video dedicated to the best of 2024, I decided let's look forward towards 2025. What do I think is going to be the most exciting movies in the upcoming year? Let's dive in. 2024 has been a pretty great year for me overall. This channel, which I started in the end of 2023, has continued to grow, and sure, I don't have insane numbers, but I am continuing to gain subscribers, and that is so exciting. It gives me something to look forward to because I really do enjoy making these videos and getting the chance to interact with people and share my thoughts and get insight from you guys, and it has just been such a blessing. And I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed to this channel and helped me get to where I am, and I'm looking forward to seeing what 2025 has to offer. Now, let's get started with what I think is probably going to be one of the biggest releases of 2025, Superman. Written and directed by James Gunn, this new version of Superman is going to be ushering in the live-action debut of the DCU, and there is so much to be excited about. We are getting a movie that looks to be more in line with the classic Superman, and with any luck, this will be another solid entry from James Gunn. There's going to be so many eyes on this movie. This is one of the most famous characters in cinema history, so a lot is riding on this. James Gunn has even said that the success and continuation of the DCU really does come down to how people respond to this Superman movie, so it's going to be interesting to see. The Fantastic Four: First Steps is going to be another very huge release for 2025. Marvel's First Family had an unfortunate go at the box office. None of the previous movies have been particularly well received, and now that Marvel Studios is in charge, will they finally get the treatment that they deserve? I really hope so, because these characters, they really are pretty awesome, and I think that the previous efforts by Fox didn't even scratch the possibility of what these characters, this team can do. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning was another excellent installment in this long-running franchise, and now, after an unfortunate delay, we are being given the final film in this series, at least as far as Tom Cruise is concerned. That's what the marketing is. They're making it seem like this is the last one. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is a movie I am hugely looking forward to. These movies seem to get better and better, and with the previous movie actually being part of a two-part story, well, this movie is going to be directly continuing with the cliffhanger that we got at the end of Dead Reckoning. So I am extremely excited to see this movie. I have loved this series. Not every movie is perfect, but these movies are extremely entertaining. And Tom Cruise, I am just so grateful that you have stuck with us for so long with this character. It will have been 18 years since 28 Weeks Later by the time 28 Years Later comes out. But that doesn't mean that there's any lack of excitement for this long overdue sequel. 28 Years Later features the return of Danny Boyle to this terrifying world and has him collaborating with the excellent mind of Alex Garland, who brought us such films as Civil War, Annihilation, Ex Machina. This is a dream team of creativity. I think both of these guys have a great imagination, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. Also, by the way, did you know that this movie was shot on an iPhone 15? That's pretty cool. Say what you will about James Cameron, his movies make a lot of money. Is that trend going to continue for Avatar: Fire and Ash? My money is yes. This movie has so much going for it. I am hoping that for sure this third movie has a bit of a stronger story than the second one did. The second movie is really well made and it's really entertaining to watch, but it's not as impactful as the first movie. So are we gonna get a little bit more uniqueness from this third movie? Let's find out. Tron Ares is the sequel everyone thought was dead. After the open-ended Tron Legacy, many people naturally assumed a sequel would soon be on the way, but it never happened. Year after year of development hell, but now we are finally getting a sequel, and it's going to star Jared Leto. Is that going to be a problem? Because this guy is kind of polarizing. People have very mixed opinions on him, but it's going to be really cool to get back into this awesome neon world. I'm looking forward to that. Also, Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack, much like Daft Punk did the soundtrack for the second movie. I think that's also something to be really excited about. Wicked was a hugely successful movie this year, and although it was already quite long, it's actually part of a two-part series. What's gonna happen with Elphaba? Is this girl gonna become the witch that we saw in the previous movies? I'm not familiar with the original Broadway play, so I'm going in completely blind. I am just going in with my theories, and I'm not gonna share my theories with you, but I'm looking forward to that movie for sure. Mortal Kombat was a modest hit when it came out in 2021. I wouldn't call it a groundbreaking experience by any means, and in some ways it's not as good as the one from the 90s, but in other ways it is. And those are the ways that has me excited to see this second. I'm looking forward to seeing more of these characters brought to life. Also, by the way, in this movie we're going to have Karl Urban from The Boys playing Johnny Cage. Sure, he's a little bit older than I was expecting, but he is a great actor, and that is pretty exciting. Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts both fall towards the bottom of my excitement, but nonetheless, I enjoy comic book movies quite a bit, so I of course will be there opening weekend. I am quite curious about all the Hulk characters that appear to be showing up in this Captain America movie, and it has me wondering if we are in for some secret cameos that they have not told us about. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Mark Ruffalo shows up in this movie as the Hulk, because if he doesn't, I'm going to be the opposite of surprised. I'm going to be a little bit confused and frustrated. You don't take the leader, the guy that they hinted at the end of The Incredible Hulk, bring him back and not have him go up against the Hulk. At least, I sure hope not. People really harp on live action adaptations, but I think this one might be different because it's being written and directed by the creator of the original film. And of course, I am talking about How to Train Your Dragon. Sure, it looks like it has enough CGI to be considered an animated film, but I am really excited in seeing this hyper-realism world brought to life. Also, Gerard Butler is coming back to play the same role that he played in the animated movies. That is something to be really excited about. And I have faith that this movie is going to be handled with good care because it is being directed by the guy who created the story in the first place. So, let's trust the man. And while I am talking about live action adaptations, I'd be silly not to be excited to see Lilo and Stitch. We haven't seen much in the way of commercials for this movie, only some teasers, but Stitch looks and sounds great. He's being voiced by the same voice actor from the original animated movie, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So hopefully this is a Disney live action remake that people are on board with and enjoy. There's a lot of movies coming out in 2025, more movies than I felt like listing in this video, so I just gave you my top ones. And I am sure that my favorite movie of 2025, it might not even be one of the movies I mentioned in this video. There's going to be a lot of different options. I'm just listing the biggest ones that I am the most looking forward to, but that is my thoughts on what's going to be the best things to see in 2025. What do you guys think? What are you guys excited about? Put your thoughts in the comments and let me know which movies from next year are you most excited to see? Which ones are you not excited to see? Put all that stuff in the comments, and as always, please like this video if you did enjoy it, and you should subscribe to this channel if you haven't, because there is a lot of fun content and this channel is continuing to grow. Later.